I think I was going down, circling the toilet, and God saved me. That's part of why I do what I do, because I think I'm here to help other people. Question here today is what do you do for a loved one who's addicted? And this is a really hard question, and it's really important to differentiate. You're talking about somebody that you are closely attached to in relationship with versus someone you meet that you might be acquainted with. But we're talking about somebody you actually love, maybe a child, a parent, your aunt, your uncle, cousin, whatever. Somebody that you have a deep emotional connection with, because those emotions matter. They really can affect outcome. But the most important thing to do when you find out that someone you love is addicted is do your very best to not sit in judgment. It's really easy to go, oh, that person's an addict, they're weak, they're whatever. No, people become addicts because they have something so overwhelming in their life, usually a trauma, usually a childhood trauma, that they need to basically just erase. I have my own history of addiction. I started smoking weed when I was between 4th and 5th grade in the summer. And by the time I was 16, I was smoking black tar heroin, smoking as much hash as I could to black out, and I was going down the tubes. Reason, I had a lot of trauma in my background, and I was trying to find what I called oblivion. And I was lucky. I feel like I had a God intervention, and I was able to stop cold turkey. And has nothing to do with me. That was God intervening. I think I was going down, circling the toilet, and God saved me. That's part of why I do what I do, because I think I'm here to help other people. And the thing I didn't get that I needed was just simple, unconditional love. And that's probably the best thing you can do for somebody, is love them unconditionally. And the unconditional part is what's really difficult. That doesn't mean you have to say it's okay for them to be shooting heroin in your bathroom. You don't have to say it's okay that they've just raided your jewelry box and stole your grandfather's gold wedding band. But you need to try to sit in unconditional love. I didn't say unconditional like, unconditional love. Other thing to strive for, other than not judging and unconditionally loving, is try to understand where they're coming from. Why are they doing this? They might not even understand what they're running from or what they're trying to understand. They're just trying to make the pain stop. And particularly if you get somebody on opioids, they will start opioids to stop the traumatic memories and find that oblivion. But then eventually almost every addict gets to the point where they're not trying to get high, they're just trying to stay out of pain, because withdrawal is so painful. So try to understand where they're coming from. Do your best to understand, but don't have it as a requirement that you understand. And that's a subtle difference there. Endeavor to understand, listen intently, ask deep questions, help guide them to questions that they might want. And you might get totally shut down and rejected from this, and this is where the unconditional love pops in. And that's one of the more important things you need to do too, is continuously remind them that you love them. You might not like them. You might not like what they're doing, but you love them, right? That's the point. And we can love people, but have to hold them at arm's length because they do things that harm us or make us feel like shit. And that's sometimes what you have to do with the addict. I have my own adoptive daughter was picked up for doing drugs, and she was in jail for 1.5 years, was ostensibly clean, and she came home. I reminded her of my rules, which were no drugs, no stealing, no lying, complete honesty. And a couple days later, she'd asked for curtains for the room she was in, and I went and got curtains. And when I came in there. She is shooting heroin. And I said, get the fuck out. I said, I love you, but I'm not going to watch you kill yourself. It's time for you to leave. And she's like, but. And I said, you knew my rules. You came here knowing my rules. You're not going to exploit me. So it's time for you to leave. I love you. Keep reminding, I love you, but I can't watch this because I love you. I will do whatever you need to help you, but I can't do this for you. You have to decide. And that's really the point about addiction. Alcoholics Anonymous used to be a super successful program until they became a super successful program and judges started saying, you have to go to AA. Problem is the whole structure of AA says you come to AA when you have hit rock bottom and you have decided it's time. Not that some judges, and when I was a priest in Baltimore, I ran an AA group and found a bunch of people selling crack out the front door as soon as they were out of the meeting. And I was like, what the fuck are you all doing? Don't come back. And they're like, oh, we can come back. I said, don't come here. Go find another AA meeting. And I ended up getting in trouble with the AA people because you're supposed to accept everybody. But I said, no, you got to be able to help yourself first. And that's that desire that you want to be better. And that has to be a true desire to want to be better. But how do you get there? And just keep reminding people that you love them and tell them the hard truth. And the hard truth is you can't be shooting up heroin in my bathroom. You can't be smoking dope in the bedroom. Whatever your boundaries are, you have to clearly articulate them early on. And don't keep repeating your boundaries. Boundaries get crossed. You might let it happen once or twice, and then you go, done. No more boundary crossing. Goodbye. And that is tough love. But always keep the door open because you unconditionally love them. If they come back in 5 years and want to reconcile, listen to them. You don't have to accept it, but listen to them. They might call back in a month and want to apologize, but they're really after money. Listen to them, but don't give them money. Repeat your boundaries. Repeat that you love them. And so much of this is what I call meeting them where they are, which is an example of this is when I was working with the Samaritan community in Baltimore. We had lots of people that were addicts, and they were on the streets, and we'd go around the streets, and we knew where they were. We knew who they were. We knew who their dealers were. We knew their drugs of choice. And, we would shovel heroin addicts out of the curb. We were like, hey, buddy, how you doing today? Do you have enough food? Are you cold? Do you have any medical issues we can help with? Do you need rehab services? We're here if you need us. Let us know how we can help. We don't like that you're doing heroin, but we think you're a valuable human being. Can we help? We think you don't want to be an addict anymore. Let us help. And that's meeting where people are. What doesn't work is you go, oh, you're just lazy. Just stop. Oh, go to rehab. Let me force you into rehab. And those are the things that actually work. It's reinforcing I love you. Because most people's trauma is they didn't hear or feel or see or taste or smell I love you. So give them what they need. Figure out what their trauma is. And give them safe space to just be honest and be authentic. Those of you that hear me, I talk about the masks, and pull that mask of addict off. Pull that mask of victim off. Pull that mask of powerlessness off and come back to the fact that I am a child of God. I am loved. God would love to redeem me. And I would like to redeem me. Because that's deep down in everyone. So that's the best thing you can do for the addict you love that's in your life. Don't judge. Try to find understanding. Remind them of their love. Meet them where they are. And the reality is sometimes tough love is the lesson. Sometimes the separation, the distance, the rejection of physical presence is enough to shock somebody into understanding better. So there you go. I'm sorry if this is uh, truly something that's happening in your life, because it's one of the most difficult things to try to continue loving while somebody's doing something so tragically to themselves. Um, so understand, love, pull away those masks. It's that hard and that simple.